Carolina Self-Defense members, assemble.
Don't assemble.
That's yeah, right. Don't assemble. Separate. No, it's hopefully not too long before we get back together. Great to see everybody here on Facebook Live. Anyway, excited to do some Krav. Hopefully you've done some fitness. Very important. Get a schedule. Keep the schedule. Keep your fitness going. And then in the evenings, we're doing Krav related training. Tomorrow night, Alex Phillips is going to be with us, so that's very cool. He came last night, and we went for an hour, and I'm telling you what, I did the workout myself. I was at the studio, turned that thing on, and I was just a student, and I got worn out, so it was a heck of a workout. So anyway, looking forward to that tomorrow night. So shoulders back and Kita. Great to have Lindsay with us again today. So just going to start with some warming up. I'm going to throw some 3-strike combos. So what are our 3-strike combos? We have, we always, the one that's quite different, of course, is the jab, jab, cross. The one where I'm kind of circling in. But other than that, we just kind of, we have the 1, 2, 3. Always end with a 2-3 or a 3-2. I throw an uppercut, boom, it's a 3-2. I throw my left uppercut, I end with a 2-3. So just going to kind of send out some of those, working my half steps, coming in, and then stepping back. Here we go. Warming up. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest. No matter what I throw, I'm ending with a 2-3 or a 3-2. Rest, 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 rest. Tell you what, I filmed myself doing some of these, doing some combos, and I once again was just mad at myself afterwards, realizing how much I was dropping this hand when I threw hooks over here. This is just too low. Really, I have to work on it myself. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Add in there. Now I'm going to add, if I'm stepping towards my front side, that's a very easy step pivot. I'm going to get off of line. Here's the line. I step, I pivot, and now I'm at a better angle to strike. So just going to be going towards my front leg after I throw these. Rest, 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 rest. Get these socks off. Okay, after we finish tonight, we will post a couple of the combos that we've kind of worked at, but I'm just going to kind of go over them now. Sometimes it's a little bit nicer to have something to actually strike, so I did the combos over at the studio today on one of the bobs, so you can kind of see them. However, let's kind of walk through this. We've been using some of the Bang Muay Thai combos. One of them is called the Boss. The Boss, named after Boss Rutan from Glory kickboxing days, and anyway, just he's a real famous old MMA fighter. Anyway, it starts with a jab and a low right hook. I'm right-handed, so I say low right hook. So that's it's my number 4 hook, except remember, I want to lower my level. I don't lower my level just by leaning down. I contract my abs and I get down here. So I'm throwing that jab, throwing that low round. And again, I always have to remind everybody, you don't have to step, but I always step, mainly because if I don't, I miss. So make sure that you're going down here. I'm not going down at 45 degrees this way. I go down and then in, down. I'm I'm going under their guard. Good. Once I throw the jab and the low round, the low number 4 hook, I'm going to reload that, come back here. Then I'm going to just throw a uppercut here. Boom, driving it right up through the goalpost there. Then coming back with a number 3. Okay, so it's a jab, low hook, bring it back. That same right, throwing the 6, then the 3. Okay, high jab, low hook, bring it back, throw the 6, throw the 3. Make sure that you're keeping this up here. That's what I need to work on myself. So feel free to comment. If you see me drop this right hand, call me out on it. Good. Try to make it at a quick cadence. Ready to go. You ever forget a combo right in the middle of it? I do all the time. Not all the time, but half the time. That's why they call it not all timers, but half timers. Ready? Good. If you feel really comfortable with that, then you need to start adding some footwork and stepping offline before you throw the second one. All right, so I've thrown high, I've gone low, I've reloaded this right up through the middle, coming in with the jab, with the hook. Then I'm going to reload this side here. Then I'm coming up with this kind of modified number 5. Basically, some people call it a 7. It's a body shot here. Boom, really drive that in. And then right round kick to the body. So the last 2 strikes for the last 2 chunk of a chunk. Boom, boom. Okay. Go high, low with the round. Bring it back. 6, 3, bring it back. Boom, 5, round kick to the body. Good. All right, keep the cadence nice and consistent, whatever it is. And again. Now, whether you're comfortable with it or not, let's definitely add a step pivot. So I'm gonna do a 90-degree one. So wherever I go, I step, then I'm gonna rotate around. Remember, this is what I'm doing. My opponent's right there. I throw the combo, boom, I come back. I'm stepping offline, and I guess that's about 45 degrees. 45 degrees is good enough. All right, here we go. Almost forgot. Boom. Boom. Stepping up. Good. Now, if you have a partner, you can certainly let your partner go nice and light with you. So let's do, we're going to do about 1 minute more of this and work your footwork. Certainly feel free to start to improvise. You know, it's like, oh, I was going to throw this round kick, but now I'm going to turn it into a stomp. You can feel free to improvise. So we're going about 1 more minute. I'm letting my partner throw these. Jab, boom, boom, bring it back, and get offline. I might give my partner a little reminder about getting offline. I went in here. Boom, 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 boom. I forgot where we are. Like I said, You ever forget what you're doing in the middle of it? One more. Here we go. Excellent. Good. All right. Now the other one that we worked was the Holland combo. A little bit easier. It's a 1, 2, 3 at the top. So let's just throw a couple of 1, 2, 3s. Working on good rotation. And remember, when I throw that 3, it's not just going forward like this. Remember, now I'm throwing a hook, so it's about transferring the weight left to right, or right to left if you're a lefty. Why don't you just go ahead and add a little step in there to really show that you're stepping off line, that you're definitely you're creating power laterally here by the rotation here, transferring the weight over here, and to make it even better, a little step. We're going to be working on this thing that remember what we call these? V steps, right? When I step off to create more power. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. So I'm throwing the 1, 2, 3. After I drag that 3 in there, I'm bringing it back, reloading here, and going strong. Once again, a modified number 5 uppercut, number 7 really, into the liver, into the ribs, into the kidneys, boom. Here, reloading it again and coming up high to the, for a regular number 3. Notice that I turn my hand over. That's because I've got, shoulder issues. If I keep that coffee cup format, boy, I can feel it right here. So I just naturally, especially since I'm pretty short, and it's very rare that I'm throwing a strike this close, and I'm going out, I usually just end up turning it over and literally hitting with what we refer to as the mouth of hand. And that's fine, especially if I drive into it. Okay, so I'm throwing the 1, 2, 3, I reload it, boom, into the ribs, reload it again, come high, over the shoulders, throwing that number 3 hook, and then boom, driving a knee, boom, and another knee. Okay, now I can modify that. If I feel very comfortable with this, I throw that knee, boom, then I switch it off and throw a switch knee. Okay, 1, 2, 3, reload, ribs, boom, reload, hook, and drive that knee in there, rush, switch to another knee. Go. Rush. I improvised through a rising front kick instead. I'm so short, my knee probably wasn't going to get there anyway. Go. One, two, hook, bring it back, upper, bring it back, then drive that knee in there. Boom. Good. Add a step offline, a step pivot. So now it's a pivot here. Step pivot is better because I create more space. Step and get over here. Step pivot. Ready? Go. Two more. Throw it elbow instead of that second knee. Good. got another 45 seconds, and I want you to improvise. You know the script. The script on that one is 1, 2, 3, bring it back, go low, bring it back, go high, throw a knee, then another knee. So improvise. Do something different. Feel free to slow it up if you need to. Go. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, 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 rest. I threw an elbow and headbutt. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Maybe I got in there, got this arm, and I threw that 3, and I come back and I'm like, it's still there. Why not just keep on going? Bam! How long should I keep going? Till they fall down or they get their arm out? All right, great. All right, so once again, we want to review the things that we call V steps. On a simple, you don't see me, now you do. Okay, how did I get over there? I simply stepped that direction. Okay, now when I go that direction, when I go any direction, I have enough, just by body weight alone, I have something in me. And same thing with her. If she just steps into me and pushes me, whoa, you know, there's enough. So why not add that power onto your strike? Here's my cross with a stick, and you know, why not? Okay, add all that centrifugal force, that momentum, whatever you want to call it, depends on the strike. Okay, so anyway, the step is pretty easy. I just step. Now, sometimes there is a stutter step in there. Now, what we mean is maybe my feet aren't perfectly in the position to step, so I may put that opposite foot back. Okay, now when I step to my to the side of my rear leg, I definitely will have that stutter step unless I want to take a really big step that way. Most likely it's going to look like this, where I bring that leg back and then I move that way. I move and I go here. Okay, so we're just going to go back and forth, this side, then this side, and this side, just nice and lightly. And then back. Stutter step, go that way and back. Stutter step, go this way. Stutter step to the opposite and go here. This has to be in your muscle memory. You do not have time to think about this and make it work as you go. Okay, one of the easiest ways to drill this is with what we with arm drags. Now, I'm just going to have my partner, because I'm going to assume that you don't have a partner. So my partner here is just going to wrap this around a couple times here and just kind of hold this out here. And she represents a doorway or a column or something that I could hold this thing onto. Okay, so I'm going to work, and I think we uploaded a video about this. And I'm just going to work these kind of arm drags, just using this as a reference. Now, I'm just going to lay my arm across here like this to give me a good head start, because for some reason, it just won't stay up in the middle of the air. Okay, so I'm going to be right here. And again, I'm just going to go to this side. Then I'm going to come back here. Again, it's just laying over my arm right here. Boom. Back. It's laying over my arm like this. Now I don't have to have that. I could use the wall as a reference. I could picture someone in there here, and I'm arm dragging. Remember, here's what we're visualizing. And let me remind you, visualization is just as effective as doing it live. I read a really good article today talking about with piano pianists, how when they do MRIs on them as they're playing the piano, it lights up a certain part of their brain. If they don't have a piano and they think through playing that same piece on the piano, the same parts of the brain light up, okay? So remember, the visual that I'm going through is that I'm going wrist to wrist. My pinky is on the inside, and I don't want to be in here. I want to be out here, okay? So if her hand was right here, that would be a very simple redirection. Knock it over here and just come here. But right now, it's on the outside. So I go to the wrist and I just flip it around. I create this little gooseneck, this little hook right here, and I send it on its way between us. At the same time, I take the opposite hand, going up above the elbow, getting a good grip here, and that's when I take that V-step. I take that V-step. Now, I could drag her, maybe. Maybe I'm strong enough to do that, but definitely I'm strong enough to hold it here while I step to the outside. So visually, that's what's going on. Keywords, wrist to wrist, above the elbow, take the V-step, close the distance. This is not good, because all she's going to do is just turn in and go. I need to be here, whoop, come back around here. I can imagine going up for the rear naked choke, a lot of things. All right, so you're just going to go back and forth. Maybe it just looks like this. Notice that I do lower my level. It's kind of, maybe it could just simply comes from wrestling, you know, where I'm maybe shooting in or grabbing a leg. But I want to be ready when I get around there. I want to be able to take whatever I can get. If her legs are back, she's thinking like, whoa, here, then I'll be able to grab up high. If the leg's right there, maybe I can, I can lock into the hip one way or the other. So it may look just like that, or again, if you have one of these, then you can do this. So I'll let Lindsay do a few. She's going to be doing arm drags here with a V-step. Good. Getting to the outside. And remember, you're closing the distance and get that arm around. And remember, you're not going to want to reach up around. She's not going to want to reach around up high here, because that will be very easy to get out. She needs to get around and control the hip. Good, and time. All right, so that's one of the most common ways to create the V-step. Another one, of course, is the other transition that we may have from this clinch, where she reaches for my head, boom, and I just made a V-step. She's coming towards the head. I lower my level, even if I was in a neutral stance. Little stutter step, driving in here, again, closing the space. Closing the space and claiming my space as quickly as I can. So very simply, we could work this from any kind of tie-up. I could have my hands here. She reaches for my head, like this, whoa, and I go under here. But the easiest way is to think of me with this tie-up here. She reaches here, I go under, and whatever I have up here, I'm going to pull it down into my zone here. So from her perspective, when I go under here, this goes, okay, and puts her in an unstable position. And sometimes when I turn around, that's very unstable for that person there. The other side, I tie up here, she reaches, I pull this down as I'm claiming this space, okay? So tie up here, V-step to the other side, and you're ducking under their arm. Remember, they're giving me this energy. I'm not forcing this, though you can force it. If I was here and I had her hand right here, there are people that will just take this and fling it around behind. My shoulders are 58 years old now, so I don't do that anymore because this is like, ow. But you can. I can, whoa, literally take their hand and just rip it, throw this over my head. I find the easiest way is to make them want to bring the arm forward. How do I do that? I push it here, she pushes back. Boom. Okay? Or I pull it down, she's like, I'm going to pull this up. Whoop. And going under here. Okay? So, nice and easy. I tie up with my right. I'm imagining that arm reaching for my head. I lower my level and I do the V-step. Okay? Good. I tie up with my left hand. Here comes their arm. Stutter step and V-step. Good. Here. Here comes the arm. Okay. I'm going to let Lindsay do it on me, and you can just use that as a visual. Okay. So let's start with your right hand tying up their neck. Good. She gets behind there. Good. And she reset. She ties up with her left. Here it comes. Boom. Okay. So she got the head movement right, but she needs the stutter step, right? The V stutter step and V step. And it is more difficult on this side. So she ties up here. I'm going to grab your head. Now she's behind me. She has a really good position of advantage there. Good. And which is the right hand. Good. So remember, my V step is going to go right next to their body because I am, if she steps way out, sorry, I'm going to see here. Do it this way so they can see that side. She steps way out. If there's, see all that space in here? If there's all that space, what's my defense? Her. It's very easy. I'll just turn in and I'll do that naturally without even thinking about it. So she wants to close that space. So me turning around, I'm still in a bad position. Okay, good. So we'll switch now so you can see this. Here he goes. Boom, V-step. She gets there. Excellent. Other side. Good. Now, does she have to have a tie-up? No. Boom. Okay. This is one of those kind of mousetrap things. She sees that silhouette coming here. Boom. She's going to go here. Just like when she has this hand here. Boom. She arm drags. Here. Good. And see how, as a good partner, I help her with that. I know that that's a very, oh gosh, okay, this side here. So, but you can do all of that in your imagination. Oh my gosh, they're reaching for my head. Boom. They're reaching for my head over here. Oh no, there's a hand here. Boom. There's a hand here. This was me in high school, man. Just at home, I don't know, we had a little column, and I would just arm drag that column over and over and over and over again. So you got the idea. All right. Again, that's just the V-step. This comes in so much. Okay. Both for me just to get offline. Right now, we're kind of using it as a counter. And I would say it's either, let's see, once we get into kind of level 2, we definitely want to use this step in our counters. Okay, so she starts reaching for my throat. And I can kind of cut that off. So with our parries, our parry naturally, either hand reaching for, whoa, here. That's my angle right there. Except all that work is for nothing unless I close this space or do something with it, right? So I'm going to have my partner. I'm going to just work a very simple parry. I'm not going to actually throw a strike. This is more like I'm gonna grab your stinking collar, okay? So she reaches for my collar. Whoa, I'm just gonna parry that away. Remember, the idea of parry is two things. I'm gonna take somewhere up in this general upper part here, and I'm just creating a structure that is literally a median between me and my opponent. Now remember, they have an arm, their arm is over here, so when their arm is coming across like this, if I'm here and this median is between me and them, this will have no effect. I don't have to go any further than this, maybe this. Whoa. Even if she's trying to punch me in the face. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, whoa, here. How much more so she's trying to grab me? What the heck, lady? I just redirect it, get it on the other side. I'm on the outside, not the inside. And now, again, maybe I just did the defense and I'm like, what are you doing? But maybe I need to take advantage of that and throw some type of counter. And that's where we are in this. All right. So my partner is going to just reach for my shirt. This is just our early version here. She's going to reach here and I'm going to parry it over here. I'm going to take a V step. But even here, if I'm choosing to just tackle them or grab them, that would work. But maybe I need to strike. So I'm going to parry and then I'm going to pivot. So that is a step pivot. It's just that, whoa, boom, I'm going over here. This is very important because I have to claim that space. If not, she throws the fist and she brings it back and she's just going to continue. Boom, I need to close this space and get over here. All right, so this is a level 2 technique. It's called inside defense. Krav refers to this thing in boxing. In boxing, they call this a parry, right? When I'm using something here to redirect the energy of that. So parry or inside defense. Inside meaning like it's inside this pocket. All right, so I'm going to do two things. This is what I want to get good at. The first one is I'm going to redirect this. Remember, I use this and I use this. I move her, I move me. You understand? Move me, whoa, move her, oh. So it's a little bit of both. That's why this tends to look like it's way over here. It's not because I went like this, but it's because I went like this and then I also went like this. 50% of the range there was because I got offline. That is a slip, okay? So both of these should work by themselves. She throws that right punch in my face, whoop, oh, woo. I parry, I slip, woo. I do both, woo, whoa. So that V step, moving and getting inside there is happens as I do the V step in a perfect world, okay? So it could be, oh my gosh, then step, claim the space. So that's what we'll start with. So, right or left, which would you prefer?
Me going first? Well, right first.
Okay.
Or left first.
Left?
Yeah.
So going this way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'll put her here. I'm going to be like, call her something mean like, hey, stupid. Okay, good. So that's work. Now notice that the tendency will always be to let the hand just kind of stay with my hand and go over here. But does she really care about that? Not really. She really just wants to keep this. Because if she follows me over here, then I go like this, I'm pretty open, right? So she really just wants to drive it in here and keep it there, okay? So she is going to redirect this grab and then step with the V step here. Now, you can tell he's like, well, she's kind of close. Yeah, that's why she either needs to do something with grappling, like maybe she just holds on to this. That's what we were doing earlier. We were talking about that hook, throwing that hook to my head.
Oh.
Bam! It was like, I'm stuck there. This is a great move, okay? So if all you get is that step, is just the V step, let me tell you something, boom. Bam, bam. Yeah, she should be striking me right there at the base of the skull. That's a lot of pain there. Striking the jaw, going for the temple. So all she's done there is redirect here, lock onto this. She's got her head here, headbutt right to my temple. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff hitting me in the jaw with her head. Just boom. This is bad. Okay. Now, so that's one way. So I want you to. Here's what it would look like for you. Whoa. This is just a hook. I redirected the arm and I hooked it with the other one. Basically just for a moment in time, locking me into this space. Now maybe she's super duper strong and good and she just pulls it out and gets it out, but I don't know. For a moment in time, I just drive the elbow in, my fist towards my chest here, and I'm just bam, 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 boom, boom. As long as I can, I will. Okay. So I want you to think of that. Watch Lindsay do it, right to left, and you're just pairing with one side, locking it in with the other one, elbows in. This is just. It's not super duper tight. It's just I can't get it out. I'm right there, and I'm getting lit up as this happens. Good. And time. And again. Let me tell you something. Oh, now this right here. Not as good, right? Yeah, that right there. Notice this is not about strength. This is just a structure. I mean, it's not that I can't pull that out. Excuse me. But for that moment in time, 4 or 5 seconds? It's like, good Lord, I can't get that out. Bam! And she just lightened me up. Good. So very important. Lock it in at the nook. I'm a boom, bam, bam, boom. Good. And size matters, no doubt. So the smaller you are, the more I would say stay on that dead side over there. Coming back around front, like I'm gonna knee you here. I don't know if I'm a big guy. Once again, this has not really compromised me that much other than just the angle. It's just the angle that's so bad. I can still reach down, but every time I'm trying to move around, she can continue to circle. Good. All right, so you're going to do that for 30 seconds, just in your imagination. Here comes their right side. Whoa, parry, and lock it in. And rush. This. Hooks to the body. Hooks to the head, headbutt. Take that outside knee. We worked this last night, the off angle knee. Heck yeah, good. All right, so you're just imagining that. If you're having a hard time imagining it, then watch Lindsay and me. We'll go back and forth. She reaches with her left hand to my chest. Oh, wrist. Boom, boom. Boom. How about the spine? Bow, bow. Hey, lady, I'm gonna knock you. Hey, you freaking crazy. Oh. Excellent. Good. Hope that was good for you. Hope that was great for you. Okay. Now, so that's just the V step and kind of taking advantage of the opportunity that just happens to present itself. All right, so second version of this is that she reaches in here. Oh my gosh. And I don't really have access to this, but I step. Now, I want you to, it's very important it's what's going on with this hand. This hand is doing nothing except creating a little T-Rex structure. Okay? When I say go, I want you to take this arm out and beat me in the head with it.
What?
Go. Okay. What, a couple of seconds? Not very long. This is not some great structure. But go ahead, hit me in the head with it. But for a moment, I have free access to up here. So in the slow motion, here she goes. Whoa, bam! Just for the moment in time, this hook is keeping this arm here or below. She sees it coming to her face, she wants to block it. It's not available for her. She can certainly take it back out here and come back up. But for that moment in time, boom, this is going right here, okay? So this is a two-step process that looks like one. It should go, it's like this. Here, I parry, then drive it down, and throw this strike. But it kind of flows together. Whoa, bam! Sometimes I can actually force it. Like maybe she's not punching me. Maybe she's just like, she's got her hands out there going, bam! I literally just created my little T-Rex hook, got it there. Now what do we say? For a moment in time, I've got this space. She wants to stop it, she has to go around. You see what's going on here? And the more that I can get this angle over here, the easier it will be. So this works for both sides. I'm going to have her just give me a little zombie feel here. Boom. V-step, parry, or I don't need to parry if they're not throwing something. I do need to parry if they're throwing something. Make sure you understand this. If she's throwing something and I create this little hook, is that going to stop? Boom, you know. So I'm going to go, hey, but if I catch it before it gets there and I get to the outside, that's okay. But at first, that's why we say make this two different steps. One is the parry, two is the step and the angle, okay? So I'm going to be the zombie and I'm going to let her do that for you, and you're going to do what she's going to do. She's going to parry it, get it offline, close the space. Okay, now there wasn't much of a step pivot there, which she doesn't need because the angle was there. But if I were here, she would parry, she's going to step, pivot, boom, and then come out here. Now when you do this with a partner, we just say, this person here, stay really, really still, and this person here, throw that across the front very, very carefully, okay? Because you do want to get, it's a very unique kind of feel to throw this strike here. What tends to happen sometimes is people are moving and they go like this and they don't throw it very well. So it's very important to plant and then throw that. But remember, throw it across the front, don't harm your partner. Okay, so whether this was a punch, I'll knock you, boom, here, across the front, boom, yeah, maybe not that close. Okay, good. Or here. Or if it's just, I'm going to grab your shirt. Okay, good. Now, again, she has kind of jumped into the tendency, which is to control this. Control it with a grip, like a C grip. But remember, all that's necessary is just this hook for that moment in time, just long enough for me not to be able to bring it up, okay? So again, how does this happen? Energy coming in, across the front, boom, good. Or she forces it. Let me tell you something, lady, boom, okay, good. Now, so that was kind of stepping in. Remember, I don't want to step in, I want to step to the outside. So I'm in here, boom, yeah, she's over there, and step, pivot, boom, good. So you'll be doing the same thing. You're just, right now, I just want you to imagine a stiff arm coming at you. She could arm drag this, right? She could arm drag that. Even if it's inside, she could still arm drag it. But the idea here is that if it's on the outside, drag it. If it's on the inside, parry it. Redirect the energy. It's already on the inside. You don't really have that far to go, right? Now, once again, you see the tendency is to push it down, right? Just create the hook, leave it right there, and move your body. Here, that's all you care about. So, in other words, this is not important, just this. That's why we call it a T-Rex. Good. So, you're just working left side, right side. Imagine a grab or just a post. Here, she hooks and throw it across the bow. Let me tell you something, you rich, you stupid lady. Good. That's the left side's a little hard. Step, pivot, throw it. Step, and pivot back to give yourself some room and lay them out. Yeah. Good. Let me tell you something. Good. Yeah, the left side, no doubt, that's a little bit hard. Good. Now, she's going to be careful, and I'm going to bring this arm back. Hey, good. Again, boom. See, as long as she keeps in there right here, that's a great angle for striking. All right, so we worked a couple of things. The first thing is just the idea of the V-step. And actually, that right there, most of you, if you're level 2, where this comes in is also, maybe I don't step first. She just throws something here, boom, and I just parry and strike. I don't have to V-step. Maybe I don't want to get in there. It's like, whoa, lady, but boom. I just want to stay out here. Or I can do both. Anyway, just options. This is the parry. Here. Now, we do have a video. It's on our YouTube page. It's just me throwing straights or reaching for a choke. And these are the opportunities. Remember, when do I parry? When it's inside the pocket. Whoa. Okay? So, if it's on the outside, block, arm drag, all those different options. Great. Great job. Nice. I love Lindsay getting in here because some of these things she hasn't seen before. And so it helps me to realize not to go too fast. Great. All right, shoulders back and kita. See you guys. You did awesome. You really did.